The clink of silverware was the loudest sound in the room, a sharp punctuation to their suffocating silence. Liam was perfectly pleasant, handsome even in a quiet, weathered way, but Alara felt nothing. The entire blind date felt like a transaction, a well-meaning but failed experiment set up by a friend. "So, you're an illustrator," he said, his voice gentle. "That must be creative." Alara forced a smile, pushing her roasted vegetables around the plate. "It has its moments. And you, logistics must be structured?" He nodded, a faint sadness in his eyes she couldn't quite place. "It pays the bills. And it's predictable. Predictable." The word echoed her own despair. This was her life now, a series of predictable, passionless encounters. She regretted saying yes. She regretted the hope that had flickered in her chest just hours ago. It was time to end this. "Liam, you're lovely, really," she began, her voice soft with apology. Just then a whirlwind of pink sequins and flying chestnut hair burst into the dining room. A little girl, no more than 6, skidded to a halt by their table, her small chest heaving. "Daddy, you'll never guess what I found. Mrs. Higgins let me look in the big treasure, but..." Liam's face softened, then tightened with mild panic. "Sophie, not now, sweetheart. Daddy's busy." But Sophie's eyes, the same shade of warm hazel as her father's, had already locked onto Alara. The child's chatter ceased. Her jaw dropped open in pure, unadulterated awe. She took a tentative step closer, her small hand reaching out to gently touch the silver locket Alara always wore, a locket her own grandmother had given her. Tears welled in the little girl's eyes. "Daddy," she whispered, her voice trembling with a reverence that silenced the entire restaurant. "It's her." Liam looked stricken. "Sophie, please, no," Sophie insisted, her gaze never leaving Alara's face. A single tear traced a path through the freckles on her cheek. "It's her. The lady from your story. The one with the starlight in her hair and the music box laugh." Alara's breath hitched. Starlight in her hair. An old boyfriend had once said that to her, a lifetime ago. Sophie's small finger pointed shakily at the locket. "You open it, and there's a tiny pressed forget-me-not inside, because he said he could never forget you." A cold shock, like a plunge into an icy lake, seized Alara. Her fingers fumbled numb as she clicked the locket open. There, nestled against the faded velvet, was the tiny, perfect blue flower. Her eyes snapped to Liam's. The quiet, polite mask was gone, replaced by a raw, decades-old agony. This wasn't the man she'd just met. This was the boy from the university library, the one who'd written her poems and called her his muse. The boy who had vanished one summer, leaving only a shattered heart and a single pressed flower in her favorite book. "Liam?" She choked out his name, a ghost on her lips. "Liam Archer?" He looked down, his shoulders slumping in defeat. "I tried to find you, Alara. Years later I went back. But you were gone." Sophie, now clinging to her father's arm, looked up at Alara with heartbreaking hope. "Daddy said you were the one who got away. The love story he tells me before bed." The twist of the knife was exquisite. This wasn't a blind date. It was a second chance he'd been too afraid to name, orchestrated by a friend who knew his secret, and she had spent the entire evening regretting it. As she looked from Liam's tormented face to his daughter's radiant, hopeful one, Alara's heart didn't just break. It shattered with the devastating weight of a truth revealed too late, and the haunting question of whether a love story, once abandoned, could ever truly be rewritten.